Digress. Trayvon Martin's father was a Freemason. It was even discovered on his social media that he was posting things like this well before I believe he later came and deleted it. As he stands here in this picture in particular, between these two individuals, right under this sign or right under this logo, in between the two pillars, is a known Freemason, right? Trayvon Martin's father would go and speak at these legislative, meetings and conferences where Martin Luther King Jr. himself is shown in the background. This was odd to me. It was a script. I do. Can I, with confidence, say if I believe that this man Trayvon Martin really lost his life that day? I don't know. But I do.
Hey man, say man, what it do, man? Welcome to TikTok Tuesday, man. I'm your host, Just Nate, by the way, man. As y'all can see by the title, man, we got a good one for y'all today, man. We're gonna be reacting to Trayvon Martin, but a lot of people know about the Trayvon Martin story. If you don't, I'll give you a little brief description of what happened. Trayvon Martin was a young teenage boy. I believe he was around 14 years old, and he was walking in the neighborhood at nighttime, and it was a neighborhood block watcher who was named George Zimmerman or something like that. Trayvon Martin is a black young man. George Zimmerman is a different race. But long story short, Trayvon Martin was killed by George Zimmerman because George Zimmerman thought Trayvon Martin was a threat in the neighborhood, I believe. So that's the story they gave us. But in today's video, we'll be finding out, was this the truth or was this stage? It's some things y'all don't know about Trayvon Martin and his family and George Zimmerman. Both Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman families are connected with the Freemasons. If you're unfamiliar with the Freemasons is a secret society, fraternity, basically, is for males. They have the female version, which is called the Morning Stars, I think, or something like that. And yeah, man, it's a secret society, man, and most of the police officers, most of the military, most of the politicians are involved in this stuff, man. But yeah, man, it get deep, man, but get whatever you need for this video, man, and we're gonna dive right on in. Let's get it.
Most of them, that's why Freemasonry is cloaked in Christianity. They use Christianity to make you think, even when they indoctrinate people into Freemasonry, they make those people on the low level think they are actually into Christianity. But it's as you move up the ranks and get in those different degrees that you begin to realize that you're making oaths and pledges and rituals and laying in caskets and all that. This stuff is to another God that you really don't get an understanding of that until you get to the 32nd or the 33rd degree, where they reveal that the God that you actually worshiping is Lucifer. What Freemasonry is the same thing Kabbalism is, the same thing witchcraft is. It is degrees of the craft. Well, what is degrees of the craft? It's the ancient mystery religions that Nimrod was operating in before the flood. I mean, it's the ancient mystery religions that was going on in Noah's day, that God destroyed the world for, because they were actually using satanic power. Y'all heard what I'm saying? And so because there are certain powers.
So Freemasonry been around for a while.
He's up to no good. He looks black.
Did you see what he was wearing?
Yeah, a dark hoodie.
This guy looks like he's up to no good.
Okay, so this is the phone call, the actual phone call, the guy, George Zimmerman, when he called the police trying to report Trayvon Martin. But it says, this guy looks like he's up to no good or he's on drugs or something. It's raining and he's just walking around looking about. He's minding his business. Literally, like.
It's raining and he's just walking around looking about. Okay, this guy, he wants to start. He looks black.
And why, this is the one thing I don't answer. Why does it matter if the guy white, black, or Hispanic? If he's a criminal, he's a criminal. You feel me? If that's the case, why did the police ask this? I guess that I understand they need descriptions and all that, but man, you can tell what somebody got on. You can tell all this other stuff, man. Their race really don't matters, man.
Did you see what he was wearing? hoodie, like a gray hoodie, and
Why would they do that? Why would they lie? Because this is a former drug trafficker, not only a member of the Crips gang, he was also a Freemason, a very popular Freemason. Now, what are the chances that your son is involved in one of the most high-level situations in American history, or at least in the 20th, 21st for sure, of the last 3 decades, and you're a Freemason? Not to mention that George Zimmerman's dad was a Marjorie judge, but I digress. Trayvon Martin's father was a Freemason. It was even discovered on his social media that he was posting things like this well before I believe he later came and deleted it. As he stands here in this picture in particular, between these two.
And this is why some people is questioning, was Trayvon Martin sacrificed by the Freemasons? Because that's what Freemason people involved in that. That's why you got to be careful. You got any Freemasons in your family, watch them closely and don't be too close around them, because Freemasons, it's just like Illuminati. They sacrifice close family members, man, I guess to like get on top, or to, I don't know, it's an energy thing, but man, it's crazy.
Individuals right under this sign, or right under this logo, in between the two pillars. Not to mention that the number 7 was really big in this trial. I noticed that, like, it was really big. So Trayvon Martin was 17. Apparently this whole situation took place at like 7:30 at night. The trial started in June. It ended in July. So the 7th,
I don't know why I said 14. He was actually 17. That's my apologies, y'all.
month, I believe it was July 13th of 2013. And so I'm not really for sure what that's supposed to be about that, but I really noticed that really stood out to me. Now, what are my ultimate thoughts with this? Yes, Trayvon Martin's father was a Freemason, and this is what I need people to understand. These people are not Freemasons just to be Freemasons. There are certain things that they believe. There are certain rituals that they take part in. Right. There are certain quote-unquote secrets that are revealed to them. These people are 33rd degree Freemasons, which reminds me of...
So this is Trayvon Martin's dad right here, Tracy Martin. And he's supposed to be a high-ranking Freemason, and that's why people are coming forward, starting to believe that Trayvon Martin, the way how they said it was just a cover-up. It was staged to cover up the truth about him being a sacrifice.
I don't know, man. Let me know in the comments. I know I haven't covered the George Floyd situation as of yet, but I want you all to take a look at something. For those of you who don't know or maybe don't remember, NBA player Steven Jackson was actually related, closely tied to, he called him his brother. I don't know if it was literally, but he was really close to George Floyd. Take a look at what he posted on social media. It says, "My father's Mason brothers, 33, gave me something to cherish. My dad."
And see, this is stuff that's scary. Like, there's so many celebrities involved with this stuff, right? And then you be wondering why certain stuff happening. This guy was closely in relations with George Floyd. If anybody know George Floyd, that's the guy that I believe the police killed, that said he claimed he couldn't breathe, you feel me? But it just tell you, like, it make you question, like, what is true? Like, was he really murdered, or was he a sacrifice? Is these people sacrificing people? Like, man, it's crazy, man. It's scary out here. Like, heartless people out here, man.
Here, we'll be following your footsteps, Pops. Rest easy. Salute to all his Mason brothers. Now, why would he post this? What's the significance of posting something like this, right? All of these people, allegedly, everything I'm saying is alleged. These are just my opinions, my views. I'm not saying it's automatically true. But what makes...
I had to become a Freemason, because you can't get involved in Satanism on the hardcore level without first being a Freemason. That was my official shrine portrait, which they
So that means every Satanist had to be a Freemason. That's crazy.
took as part of my initiation. I was ready to become involved in hardcore Satanism. What did that mean? Well, that meant I had to sell my soul to the devil. I had to sign my name on the contract in blood. I had to sign my name in the black book. You understand something? The satanic doctrine here is that hell is not what we believe it is, or what the Bible teaches it is. The satanic doctrine is that hell is this incredible party. It's like a non-stop, all-eternity orgy. So you're smoking dope, you're fornicating your brains out, you're listening to rock and roll through all...
And that's the sad thing, yo, that some people really think this. Like, they think, like, when you think about it, it's like, the Bible says whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven, but don't think you can do whatever you want and you're going to die and just go live the best life you ever had in eternity. No, man. It said the word of God is true, And that's the oldest book ever written, man. And it tells you, like, when you die, if you haven't obeyed the word of God, man, you will go to eternal damnation and be put into fire. You will burn. You'll be burnt, man. Ain't no partying, ain't no fun time. All that stuff is a lie. Don't let these people deceive you.
And it's party hardy time. Before I could get onto the priesthood of Satanism, excuse me, I had to get 7 people to sell their souls to the devil. The other thing I had to do, and this might astonish some of you, is I had to become a Catholic priest. I had to go back to my original vocation. Because you cannot be a satanic priest unless, first of all, you're a Catholic priest. And if that surprises you, I just suggest that you go and you read some of the medieval literature. You'll see that is in fact the case.
Passing the degree of fellowship craft, now seek for the ladder of Masonry by being raised to the sublime degree as a Mason.
He speaks of your own free will in the court?
Yes.
You will say, I, pronounce your name in full, and in an audible voice, repeat after me. I, of my own free will and accord, in addition to my former obligations, I will always hail.
So I guess this is someone snuck a camera into a Freemason meeting. I'm guessing they weren't supposed to do that, but just listen to what the guy said. He said, I, on my free will accord, not God's will, but my free will accord. It's not about what God wants, it's about what I want.
I will always hail, forever conceal, and never reveal any of the secret parts or points,
and never reveal any of the secret parts of this. Like, man, this is crazy. Mind you, a lot of your police officers took this. A lot of the politicians did this. A lot of people did this, man. A lot of people in authority did this, man. This is who runs America. And not just America, different parts of the world, man.
And neither unto him nor them, but after strict trial, due examination, for lawful information, furthermore, that I will aid and assist, all distressed, worthy brother Master Mason, their widows and orphans, whithersoever dispersed around the globe, that I will keep the secrets, of your brother Master Mason, as my own, when given to me, in charge as such, murder and treason accepted.
So this is why so much stuff is covered up, man. And it takes for us to do our research and really look into things, because as you can see, one of the oaths that they take is to keep a secret if it come to them from a brother. If one of their brother Masons give them a secret, they gotta keep it. That's one of their oaths. They can never reveal it. So it's just like, if someone tell you the truth about it, you won't know, man. Unless God, like, that's why God touching a lot of people and they're coming out exposing this stuff, man, because it's evil.
That I will not violate the chastity, of brother Master Mason's wife, sister, mother, or widow.
I think you go up to 33 degrees or something like that in the Masons, man. That's the top you can do. But before you get there, man, trust me, you did a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff. Got a lot of secrets about that point.
Unless I am in real distress, or for instruction, finding myself under no less a penalty, than of having my body severed in twain.
Occult, fraternity, man, it's all the same thing, man.
My vows taken thence, breaths. And burn to ashes. And burn to ashes. And the ashes cast. And the ashes cast. Into the four winds of heaven. Into the four winds of heaven. No more remembrance. And no more remembrance. May be had of me. May be had of me. Among men and nations forever. Among men and nations forever. God. So help me God. And keep me steadfast. And keep me steadfast. In the due observance of this. In the due observance of this. My solemn obligation. My solemn obligation. As a master mason. As a master mason. Now, at your hand. On your head. And in token of your sincerity. Kiss the Holy Bible on which you now begin.
Bro, they made him kiss the Holy Bible for what?
Proceed your work. Release the candidate from the paper, though it being 3 times around his naked body is to signify he is now bound to eternity for the 3/4 time.
And it's crazy. I'm gonna keep it real, man. When you see stuff like this, and with occults and fraternities and secret societies, and then they using the Bible, man, it make you like question stuff and like wonder, like, man. That's why I say, like, yeah, I believe in God and Jesus and stuff, man. But trust me, all churches and everybody that say they're a Christian and stuff, man, don't mean you the best, man. Like, for real, that's facts. Excuse me, man, from the airplane is a little loud, man, but that's facts, man. Like, you gotta watch, even in church, man. It's people in occults that go to church, man, to do stuff to individuals to lead them astray, man. Like, I don't believe, like, you should be in church and still following the oaths of this. If you was this and you claim you changed your life, like, man, you got secrets, you need to expose them secrets, man, to your brothers and sisters so we can be aware of what's going on out here, man, because, man, there's so much stuff that they don't tell us.
Being in a condition of darkness. Senior warden assists me in bringing the candidate from darkness to see the light by which Master Masons work. First object presented to you is being brought from darkness as the three great lengths of Freemasonry, as before, with this difference. You now observe little points of the compasses, elevated above the square, which is teaching that you are now about to receive all the light which will be conferred upon you in the Lodge of Master Masons. And turn not to lose sight of this valuable instrument, by which we are taught to circumscribe our desires, keep our passions within due bounds toward all mankind, particularly our brethren.
Well, as y'all see, that was just giving y'all an example of what they do in these Freemason meetings and type stuff they have to, and the oaths they make, man.
Trayvon Martin was a hoax that was used to give birth to Black Lives Matter. You feel me? So it's like, we know niggas in the country is gonna lose their minds as long as you say something racist. Let's just be honest. All you gotta do is get on the news and say a black man, black woman, and niggas gonna go crazy.
Sad, man. Like, people are still carrying and going on with this racist thing, man.
So it's been psyops. Now, Trayvon Martin was a psyop. Even Shorty that got on the stand, that wasn't even his real girl. So her whole statement was uncredible. You feel me? Completely uncredible.
So when you say it's a hoax, are you saying like and he never died, or you
No,
saying
he died.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get into it too much.
Gotcha.
Because I wasn't there, but I just want to say this. I'm not going to say he was sacrificed. I'm not going to say that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to disrespect his family like that.
Gotcha.
I'm going to tell you what I believe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like, maybe I know his father was a Mason. No disrespect. I don't get into that shit.
Oh.
I don't get into it, bro.
Well, hold on. So was Mason?
Man, as y'all can see, man, like, you didn't know this. How his father is a high ranking Mason too, man.
Yeah, his father was a Mason.
Yo, I see them pictures too.
Yeah,
yeah.
but I don't get into it. I'm just like, I don't get into it because it's too much spooky shit.
Got you.
But I'm not gonna say his father sacrificed. But what I will say is this is what I believe I seen.
Got you.
I feel like George Zimmerman was one of them niggas who was policing his community, but he was doing too much and he was scared. And he did the same shit that the police do. Shoot you when they scared.
Yes, yeah.
And it's like, okay, nigga, we know you scared. You know what I'm saying? But you can't just be shooting motherfuckers because you afraid. If you afraid, don't do the goddamn thing.
Yeah, bro. So you're saying...
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I don't want to get in it because I wasn't there. Nobody really know the truth but God and the people who did it and Trayvon, man. But yeah, man. Comment down below. Do you think Trayvon Martin's murder was a sacrifice, or was he actually murdered by a scared individual who just was racially profiling him because of how he looked?
You know, like for example, like these deaths like George Floyd and Trayvon Martin is being used and politicized to control black folks and keep us in place.
To control everybody. It's a wall, bro. It's a wall, bro.
Yeah, that's what they want to do, control us, man.
Is a known Freemason, right? Trayvon Martin's father would go and speak at these legislative, meetings and conferences where Martin Luther King Jr. himself is shown in the background. This was odd to me.
Right here,
and I ultimately believe this is a script. I do. Can I, with confidence, say if I believe this man Trayvon Martin really lost his life that day? I don't know. But I do believe,
I believe he lost his life, man. I believe he really lost his life, man, but...
Jackson. And then for those of you who don't know, I think it's been known for a while. Of course, Al Sharpton is a known Freemason, right? Trayvon Martin's father would go and speak at these legislative, meetings and conferences where Martin Luther King Jr. himself is shown in the background. This was odd to me. And I ultimately believe this is a script. I do. Can I, with confidence, say if I believe this man Trayvon Martin really lost his life that day? I don't know. But I do believe, like all these other occurrences, like I've talked about, it seems to be an election cycle. Sonya Massey last year. George Floyd in 2024. Way back in 2012. It was an election cycle for Barack Obama. He was running for re-election in November of that year. Which, by the way, the Obama administration investigated this and was able to find no racism. So I believe, like all these other instances, they present this stuff to people, they manipulate the minds of the masses, and they run with the narrative. The facts don't matter. They know most people think on a one-dimensional perspective. They're not looking it from a spiritual perspective, from an esoteric perspective. They think black person, white person, racism, say something, riot, tear everything up. No, that's not what's happening. They're playing on all of us. Yes, racism is real, but I care about high-level racism, right? Like you have the Boule, the most prominent so-called black members of society in this country, and then you have Freemasonry, which a lot of the Freemason organizations are mostly white, and the Boule has to answer to a lot.
You just seen in the last video, it was not one black person in that meeting.
Those people, I care about that type of racism. Not that low-level racism doesn't exist.
Not saying that there's not any black Freemasons, it's because there really are, but
it's just that you can live a comfortable life with low-level racism. That's just a fact. It's the other high-level stuff we need to care about. Because it's them, all of them, including the people of the Boule, that look like me. It's them versus us. That's how this works. Y'all in the comment section, give me your thoughts, man. I've been waiting to cover this. I know a lot of y'all requested this story. Give me your thoughts. Let me know if I left anything out. Rest in peace to everybody involved that lost their life. Hopefully people are waking up to this. But I want to make sure I say this before the video ends. Trayvon Martin did not deserve to have his life taken from him.
And nobody, man. I don't believe nobody should have their life taken, man. Everybody should live to die of old age, man. Like, it's crazy how the world is, man.
Through the ritual, first degree, they promise not to share the secrets of that degree. And so they go through a little ritual where they actually make a sign of cutting their own throat from ear to ear to say that can happen to me if I share the secrets in this degree. Second degree is to have your heart ripped out. Third degree is to cut your stomach out. And we call that nowadays a colostomy. So we've actually found, and through some very good friends of mine who've done some research on this, that a lot of health issues in families are to do with the part of the degree that their father or grandfather was in the lodge. Give me an example.
Dang, man. So if you had any like people in the Freemasons in your family and stuff, or if you have like any generational curses of like diabetes or like high blood pressure or like any type of thing, man, it can be because you don't know like what type of doors your ancestors opened up, man, to allow certain spirits to come into your family line, man.
In Melbourne, Australia.
Generational curses, man. That's why we gotta pray against those.
Probably had about 50 pastors in that particular meeting, and I happened to make a statement of, you can tell where somebody's father or grandfather was, what degree level in the lodge, by what are the major problems in the health of their family. And I had the pastor who was hosting.
So he's saying that you can basically see what degree of a person family member was by the health of the family. That's crazy.
Challenged me on that on the way home, and I said, well, you do your own research on it, but that's what I found. Well, over 6 months later, he rang me quite out of the blue, and he reminded me of my comment, and I said, so what did you find? And he said, my wife and I are actually professional counsellors. We each see 8 people a day, 5 days a week for counselling. He was the staff counsellor for the church. And so he said, we designed a questionnaire depending on what people came. Now, to understand, that's a church that's so big, they broadcast their service live on 2 radio stations at the time anyway. I don't know if they still do. And so therefore you don't do ministry in a church that's going to air. And so anybody who had an issue had to make an appointment and go and see this couple. So he said, that's 16 people a day, 5 days a week for nearly 6 months. He said, I can tell you you're 100% right. Now, my research has shown that Australia per capita had more Freemasons than anywhere else on the planet. So I think that's a reasonable sample. It's anecdotal, but I think that was their research. So, we've...
The thing is, man, it kind of like would make sense, like, if it was like a sacrifice, if Trayvon Martin's murder was a sacrifice, you seen how they blew it up as far as like, the main thing they blew up about it was like the racist part, and he was a black male walking around with a hoodie eating Skittles. He didn't have nothing but Skittles. They made that part bigger than what actually happened in that situation, like it's crazy.
Seen a lot of people healed of health issues, both in their family and in themselves, when people go through renouncing the key bits to do. We go through each of the degrees.
It's crazy, man.
Not to mention that George Zimmerman's dad was a Marjorie judge, but I digress.
Or anything, and you're a believer or a chosen one, hear me very closely. You need to stay away from them. You need to keep some distance and don't even talk to them or whatever. You know how I know? Because when I was a kid, I could...
Freemasons are demonic and satanic. Is a cult,
back to the time when my grandma, I won't say grandma, because that's how I really talk. Grandma had a family friend that was a Freemason, and I always tried to figure it out when I was a kid what was off. Something was really off, but now that I think back on it, I'm like, damn, it all makes sense, and I'm getting a clear, full picture of everything around me that happened when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is so clear now. Like, thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for showing up and showing out, because I know the truth about everything now. I know the truth of it feels like a Truman Show out here in my life. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, and I laugh at it because I know I'm really a chosen one. Like, you can't tell me I'm not a chosen one. We got all the proof. When we know we chosen ones and we done been through stuff and we got like stories for days, you know what I'm saying? And we got all the proof, and it's like, man, it didn't take us out. We chosen. You know what I'm saying? We chosen. Like, hey, we wouldn't still be here. We got all that. We can tell all these stories. You know what I'm saying? And it's true. True for days. Anyway, believe that. Just know that. Stay away from Freemasons because Freemasons are demonic. They satanic. Believe that. Anyway.
Alright, facts. Thank you for the advice, brother, because it seemed like ain't too many people speaking on this type stuff, man. People are so caught up with the hype and the trends, man. It's so much stuff, like, man, we need the knowledge, man. Forget all the extra entertainment. It's time to get back to learning again, man, because it's stuff that people don't even know about in their own families, which is sad, man. It's scary, too, yo. Like, it's scary, man. Hopefully, it should push you closer to God, man, for real. Like, read the Bible, man.
I want y'all to check out what it is that she's about to get ready to say.
She says her Masonic father took advantage of her out of what is that she's about to get ready to say.
About her being a part of a Masonic family. Now, I will say this. I cannot confirm or deny anything that she's about to get ready to say, but I will ask that you guys use discernment when dealing with the information, because I've spoken on this situation once before, and in my opinion, everything that she says is 100% accurate. Let's go ahead and just get into this.
I really want to post this today.
Y'all heard what he said. Y'all heard what he said. Use y'all discernment, so lock in.
Because I'm a little annoyed. I somehow had a page show up on my FYI this morning where this gentleman was spreading lies, misinformation about the Masonic Lodge. And when I piped in and gave him the truth, he blocked me off. Here's the reality, folks. In order to be a Shriner, you have to be a 32nd or 33 degree Mason, okay? My father, my grandfather, and my great-grandfather were all 33 degree Masons.
Okay, dang.
Let me start off by saying my grandfather and great-grandfather do not fall into this category.
That's serious. That means it's deep in her family, for real.
But my father and every Mason I've met since then falls into the category I'm going to talk about. Along with my grandmother, who was an Eastern Star.
That's the name of the female Masons. I'm sorry. I said Morning Stars. They're the Eastern Stars. I apologize. No disrespect, but they are called the Eastern Stars.
Falls into this category as well. Okay? Everything that I have been through, everything that I have seen, everyone I have interacted with, every book from the Masonic Lodge I've ever read, all their little secret books I have, because my dad was killed in 2008. So I have a lot of stuff that probably shouldn't have, but I have it. And I'm going to keep it. Okay? They actually do not believe in God. They worship Satan.
Masons do not believe in God. They worship Satan.
And these people that are on, they're trying to tell you that that's not true. It's 100% true. Do your research. Also, they monster animals. They monster children.
Monster children?
They abuse their women and children.
They're alcoholics. They're comment down below if you know what she mean by monster. I'm a little confused, but that's crazy. Anything you do with kids and children, women, is crazy.
They're alcoholics. They're cheaters. They're demonic. Okay? I know that because I'm a victim of that since I was at the age of 3. My dad was a Shriner clown. My dad was very prominent in the West Coast Shriners and the Masonic Lodge. My grandmother was an Eastern Star, very much involved in the same thing. They tried to indoctrinate me by putting me in Job's Daughters. That didn't work. So they tried to indoctrinate me by putting me in the Rainbow Girls. That didn't work.
Dang, so they tried to kill her. They tried to put her in Job's daughter. Job lost his kids. Or did I mishear that? I don't know, but that sounds crazy.
They tried to indoctrinate me by getting me to date a D-Malay boy. That didn't work. I wasn't falling for any of this. I'd already been through all of the abuse, the mistreatment, and all of the rest of it. I have seen it all. My dad was murdered in 2008. And at his funeral was half Masonic, half military. I have never seen anything in my life that was more disgusting than the Masonic service. Talking about how pure and amazing and wonderful this person was. Really? When everyone that was there that did the service knows my father and knows what he did to me and knows the kind of person he is and the kind of person they are, because they're doing the same thing. Every one of them. There wasn't one of them that was there that...
So did her father touch on her? Man, that's sad.
Doesn't have a family member that's had the same outcries that I have. So you can block me off of your page. I don't really care. You can block me off your lives. I really don't care about that either. Because I'm going to always speak the truth. I am a victim of the Masonic Lodge. I am a victim of the Shriner Clowns. I am a victim of the Masons. And they are satanic.
As y'all heard it, coming from a person that was involved.
They are horrible people. And they hurt their family and their children.
Heartless, man.
And if you don't like what I'm saying, that's fine. I don't care. I got the receipts. All of them. So block me off your page. Tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. And you know what? I can tell you who my father is. And I can tell you the 3 lodges that are involved. And I can tell you the 250 Masons that are involved. But you know what? Believe what you choose to believe. But the Masonic Lodge is satanic. They have satanic rituals. And their families are victims.
Wow, man. It's sad, and that you can hear it in her voice, man. She's really hurting, man.
I said what I said. Have a good day.
I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. This hits home for me, man, because I personally know someone who has been through this. And I always often wonder, why would it be that your father would do this to you? And as I started to grow up and I started to get more in tune with like the occultic teachings and things like that, I started to see why it was. But see, my only question is why do they do it? Why do they do this to their children? I could tell you a lot of stories because I've been attacked by these group of people for the last 5 years. But with that being said, man, if you know anything about this, let me know in the comments section below. If you've been a victim of this in any way, form, or fashion, or you just want to speak your piece, please let me know in the comment section below, man. You call judgment on your victimizers by speaking your truth, alright? Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram at IamAwakened_star.
Alright, man. He's just shouting himself out now, but man, as y'all can see, man, it's crazy, man. Trayvon Martin's dad was involved in the Freemasons. As y'all can see, as this lady just said, she was a victim of that, and they sacrificed their family members. So this is why some people are thinking that Trayvon Martin's death, the way they had it and promoted Black Lives Matter right afterward, was just a cover-up and was a cover-up of the real reason why he was really murdered. But man, comment down below what's your thoughts on this, man. Happy Tuesday, man. I hope all y'all kids had a good second day of school, man. God bless everyone. Stay safe out here, man. See y'all in the next one, man. We out.